Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena First Match Final Week Season 63. And we begin this season in Kyber 2, about the same range of skill rating as where we were at the start of last week. Last week was tough though. We are 3-3 for the season. I had some pretty terrible matchups the entire week, but we got a little help with some opponents who had weak participation. This first matchup up against Darth Enforcer was pretty tough though, but we almost won it. I could have made some different decisions, but it wouldn't have made the 50 banner difference. Now, with my defense, my opponent was held up with Leia, attempted Third Sister there, attempted Traya up against Third Sister where we got another hold. From there, no real troubles. I would like to beef up the quality of my defense. Yeah, we only got 2 holds there, and the other matches aren't worth reviewing. This week's bracket is a tough one. My opponent is Azrael Paladin, a million GP more than me, and I did not notice I hit 12 million GP when I did my roster update video. Didn't realize we were right in that range. Amis, I am second in the bracket, only by 1 though, and we're seeing things are getting a little bit more dense with Amis. My advantage there shrinks every week as the episode pass makes things much more pay to play. With GLs, there are 5 9 GLs. This is the toughest bracket that we've seen in a while. There are 2 8 GL players, and I am the only 7 GL player. It's how I like to play things. It's tough, but I like to show that free-to-play players can punch up if they are smart about their resources. With relic units, he is second in the bracket at 276. 284 here is the top player. With the tier totals, he's also second. There's 1573 is the high mark. That 1400 range is probably the average. I am, of course, at the low end, but we like things hard here. He has a lot of tier 3s. Tier 5s, he's got 10 more. Tier 8s, he has more. Tier 9s, he has more. So they kind of spread out his advantages, just kind of throughout. He's not top heavy, he's not bottom heavy. With mods, he is definitely better than me. We see that in the 25 plus average, but actually 20 plus and the 15 plus, I've got the advantage technically. It's minor, but it exists. And in terms of the bracket as a whole, I'm in the lower half, but the top end of the lower half. With the top 500 average, I gotta make my mod video. This used to be a consistent strength of mine, and it's just not anymore. It is, my delaying that video is hampering my roster. Datacrons, I am technically second. There's one guy at 60 with level 9s, but level 9s really shouldn't be the metric for the quality of Datacrons because I can't use a lot of them, plus I double up. In terms of the pure counts though, the raw counts, I'm first. So again, every 3 players without Ahsoka. Everybody else has everything except me, where I don't have Rey. SLKR and Rey I put off until last, technically. Relatively last, because I have SLKR now. We got SLKR like in October. We're looking at a triple Melgus. We got Radis, Iden, double Savage, Dash Wampa, or not double Starkiller. It's late. Dash Wampa Savage, Traya single on Afros. We got Qui-Gon, double Swallow, nothing on Zori. We got a triple third, Krex, triple Malicos, Drogon, double Baudelaire, triple Bane, single Jar Jar, single Cadme. That's interesting. In terms of the special characters, everybody's got everything except one player is without Jar Jar. They're off screen. All these characters are looking fine, and in terms of fleet, everybody has everything. So looking at the quality of the modding here, not a super important thing, but I just like it as a metric for seriousness. It does reveal things from time to time. And one of those times is right now, because his modding's actually not that great. His Jyn Erso is his final character at 300 speed, so he's at 41 characters compared to my like 55-ish. Means his Master Qui-Gon is good, but maybe technically a little slow. Could be faster. You can see like his Star Killer is a little slower. His Pow's a little slower. That might be very helpful in certain counters that we're about to explore. Get in here. He's got a tough defense. I looked at this earlier. We'll quickly click through this. I made no changes. We do have some new stuff this week that I might test out. just kind of, well, I haven't checked his history. We didn't do any advanced scouting, so I don't know what his participation is going to be like. You can see what teams I don't have available and what we got to go up against. We have Zerg, Dash, with the Dash Crons, check the level 6, not the evasion one, that's going to make it easier. We got Jabba, Lord Vader, Bosk, which actually some pretty weak stuff. Actually, this might be more favorable than I originally thought. We got Cadme, Finzori, Rey, Qui-Gon, and Maul. All right, let's start with Rey. We can have some fun. There's definitely some things we can do that we don't always get to do. So unaligned Force users, no reason to mess around with this team, especially in 3v3. So Sirjunda, Malicos. Why are you being slow? Ooh, I think I need to do a restart. All right, we're back in. We're restarted. We have dealt with the overheating issue. This laptop was such a piece of junk, which is very disappointing because I used to really like Lenovo's for a long time. All right, what am I doing here? Bonus turn. Yeah. Oh, Pada wants to be in that. I'm actually using that this time. That one's not available to me. I'm going to take Cal Kestis's. All right, can you not move around? You're going to make noise. Alright, where are we at? We got audio. We got everything. Let us dispel. We're going to probably do some rants about Daredevil Born Again. It'll be not spoiler free. Because I know not everybody watches things on my schedule. Well, my schedule, like I'm usually behind on everything these days. But Daredevil's definitely one of my favorite characters. Like, I kind of measure this off of which toys I had as a kid. Because those were the ones that stuck with me. Like, I had Spider-Man. I had Daredevil. Like, these old, like, Toy Biz figures. Right, what am I? Let's chuck this at Ezra. So, yeah, I need to think for a moment. I had Cyclops. I had Wolverine. My brother had others. Like, my brother had Iceman. Angel. Technically Archangel. We split up the characters. Alright, Dispel. Oh, my brother loves Nightcrawler. It's one of the things where, like, you're a kid, you're consuming this stuff on TV shows and other things. We're stuck here. I think I'm going to go with Protection Up. I don't like how this is going so far. Can't be evaded. Let's chuck it. Oh, we got it. I think we need to do it. I don't like how this is going. And actually, I shouldn't have done that because we have healing immunity, and I didn't factor that in stupidly. Let's chuck this. Jeez, that did nothing. I cannot stand how this is going. Alright, we got... This is terrible. Alright, can we just take him out? Because he's really... Oh, jeez, this is going so bad. This is probably not the match to be talking. This is why I don't live stream. Because I wasn't even paying attention. Well, definitely the healing immunity mistake was costly. Alright, let's get... There's definitely a way I can handle that I don't really want to, but we may resort to. Let's get here, and then we'll return to talking about things and messing up. Alright, let's see. You're not Chirrut? I need to make a preset for this one. I'm going to make mistakes. Salt, Luthen, Chirrut. Yes. Rebelcron. I like the stacking off... Not that one. I have another one. Here we go. Max health plus stacking offense. That's the one I like. What does he have? So he attacks. Alright, you can see because his POW is a little slower, we doing okay. And he does not have extra stats. That's going to make it a little bit easier for me. Okay, we got our mark. Can we hit the stagger, prevent POW from hurting us? Yeah, okay. Slow going so far. This will do it. POW's gone. Great. Alright, we have a marked on Cadme. We'll start stacking over on Chirrut. We're winning this because of mods. This is what we saw up top. Because sometimes well, I guess this Relic 7 single Ami. There's a couple other things in our favor here. Awesome. Because the better ones, this is a gamble. At least at my levels, because I need to improve relics, improve mods. There's a lot of things I need to do here. Alright, let's auto talk nonsense. Okay, so Daredevil, one of my favorite characters, which means it's a pretty well-read comic for me. There's some great runs. Like Ed Brubaker is one of... Don't bite me. What are you doing? Ed Brubaker is one of my favorite writers. I highly recommend his run on Gotham Central. What they did there's actually two writers. There's Greg Rucka, who's another amazing writer. Greg Rucka and Ed Brubaker. One would do the daytime shift of the Gotham PD, and one writer would do the nighttime shift of the Gotham PD. And it's only like a 25-issue run or something, but it was fantastic. It's one of my favorite things I've ever read. Where are we at? Let's keep going. Here we're going to do our JTR Swallow thing. Take another Unaligned Force User Crime. We'll take this Ahsoka one. We don't get to do this too often anymore because we don't really see Maul like this, but when we get an opportunity, it's a fun thing to do. Just right there. Just blow up Maul right away, and the rest of this doesn't matter. Put Swallow under stealth. Now we can dispel the damage immunity. We'll land a stun over on Super Commando. We'll do a healing immunity over there, because we'll be able to take out Gar like this. Wait until our next dispel. Just could not be easier. Now this is one of the things we discovered by being extremely stubborn about not having Rey. Alright. This is Nonsense Poe, so we can definitely do Night Sisters here. Oh wait, you know what? Let's think about this for a moment, because we might need Night Sisters up against Jabba, depending on how some of this stuff goes. Oh wait, no, this is a bad Hutt Kron, right? I think we're fine. It means I can just probably play this old school way with JMK. Because up against the better ones, we'd probably need SLKR, which would make things like that Rey Swallow pretty difficult. Alright, so we got this. I gotta be careful with the back wall. No, I think we're okay. Alright, this is Cat. Yeah, so as far as Marvel characters that I have strong opinions about, Daredevil is one of them. But really what I want to get at is what I'm hinting at when I talk about Ed Brubaker. Now, he had a great run, Michael Bendis had a great run, and of course Frank Miller had a legendary run called Born Again, where the title comes from. Now, let us start charging the alt. So we're going to take a moment to think. Now, Born Again the show, I was a little wary with that first episode. I thought some things were a little sloppy with it. The story I wasn't convinced by. Alright, this is fine. On the CGI, it was pretty terrible. I did not like the fight scene. Like, I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to be like the old stuff, but it was a pale imitation of what Netflix was doing. Let's do this. Alright, are we at the alt yet? Alright, we're going to take out Bosch. We are now at the alt. We'll drop an armor shred, sure. We've got a turn or two. What? I didn't get anything? Alright, fine. Alright, there we go. Here's our alt. Alright, shred on Jabba. Yeah, so the CGI, not good. Definitely had me worried. Some of the things I wasn't really buying with the characters. Some of the stuff, like, I really liked the scene in the diner, but it felt off to me. It wasn't as sharp as the Netflix stuff. I think that is because the first episode, from what I understand now, that was all reshot. That came after the fact. I don't think they probably did not have the budget to do it right. Alright, can I just auto this? Are we safe? I think we can auto it. Yeah, so I don't think they had the budget to do it right. I think that's some of the reason why the CGI was pretty terrible and why things felt a little bit off. But episodes 2 and 3, loved them. Great. And one of the things that I think's interesting about it is Daredevil's essentially not in those episodes. It's just Matt Murdock. There's one fight sequence. Doesn't matter. But what it's conveying to me, and the point that I want to emphasize, is that's what makes a good comic book is a good story. It's not action. I think all too often is we get these producers and executives who think comic books, we got to have action, we got to have action, we got to have action. And those are not the comic books that comic book fans like. You look at all the legendary runs, what the common denominator of all comics that people talk about is good writing at its core. Like that, it is a literary medium that just happens to have pictures. We don't talk about, like, one artist I think about, like, I like the work of Ashley Wood on a technical level. I think he has a very cool style. I don't read his comics because I don't think he's a good writer. I think the writing's kind of insipid. And I think that's part of the reason why nobody really talks about his work anymore. Because the writing wasn't there, and I don't think he got paired up too much with quality writers. I think most of the time he just worked under himself. But when we talk about like these Daredevil runs, we talk about other things that Brubaker did, like he's the one who came up with Winter Soldier. It's all excellent writing. The action is incidental. It's secondary. And it's the thing that I keep getting forgotten. Like when we look at like Thor, Love and Thunder, or Moon Knight, those are based on some comics that are pretty beloved. Comics that are written very well. Alright, what do we... I don't think this matters. And it's one of the things that I love about Gunn is James Gunn gets that. He understands writing matters, partly because he's a writer first, not a director. Like, that's how he got started in the business. Okay. And it's why I'm also excited for Clayface. Just like, we gotta fix the camera. Okay, because there's a Clayface movie that's in production right now, written by Mike Flanagan. And if you've watched a lot of my videos, you've heard me talk about Mike Flanagan before, because I love Mike Flanagan. Everything he does, he's got like an exclusive deal with Netflix, and it's everything he's done on Netflix has been fantastic. I particularly love Midnight Mass and the Haunting of Bly Manor. Haunting of Hill House is good too, but I think most people prefer Haunting of Hill House. I think that is because it came out first and most people watched it first. I watched Bly Manor first, and I think that is part of the reason why I prefer it. It was my entry point. Okay. So anyway, Flanagan, he's an excellent writer. He also did like the sequel to the Ouija board movie, and it's actually like pretty decent. And to make a decent movie out of a Milton Bradley, I don't even want to call it a board game, like a thing that is dumb. To make a like serviceable movie, I don't want to say it's a good movie, but it's definitely not a bad movie. It's more than watchable. I'd probably give it like a 5, but I'm pretty rough on my scale, so I think most people would maybe consider it like a 6 or a 7. I think it's probably a 6. All right, I'm gonna SLKR this, and it's kind of depending that his back wall doesn't have any surprises for me, but so far there's been a number of favorable things here. I think we're going to be fine. Oh, man. I'm just going to give him a dark side crown. We'll do turn me. We start with 25%. Are we gaining? Does that count as a gain, though? Is that going to hurt him? Let's not chance it. Yeah, let's do that. Whatever. Yeah, so you have like Moon Knight, where that's based on good source material. It's like it's a very famous run of Moon Knight, a more recent run of Moon Knight. And it's heavily written based, but what you have is a show that ultimately I think we gotta no, let's do this. Okay, good. Yeah, so and it's a show that it tries to be a little bit more action based, particularly on the final episode, and it's terrible. I cannot stand that last episode. The best episode of Moon Knight was episode 4, the one where he's in the mental hospital? Like, that's the comic. Okay. Alright. We can now safely do Night Sisters here. DACA, yeah, we're good. This is one of the squads that I refuse to invest further in because my position is they're actively better without relics. Marin, though, I might ultimately gear up Marin. Alright, can we get a stun? Yes, that was perfect. It's actually a little risky, considering where Doc is at. Alright, more stuns. Spreading more plague. Okay, more stuns. I really would appreciate Telzin getting knocked out. Can we get a stun? His tenacity is terrible. I've never had this much luck with landing stuns. Alright. Perfect. Let's do a little bit of that. Revive. More plague. There we go. He should have had resistance hero Finn. No, Qui-Gon. How do I want to deal with this? I feel like retaining one of my standard approaches, which is my own Qui-Gon. I think we'll do the Zerg count, or Zerg on defense. Oh, he's on defense. I can't do that one. I think we're just going to do my Keller encounter. Do I have that in preset? That one should be old enough where I do. There's a defensive team. We could use Qui-Gon and not Qui-Gon, Revan Jolie, and I can demonstrate how much I can't stand my Relicate Jolie. Let's just take this. I wanted to keep this for the back wall, especially up against like Captain Rex. I like to use it, but I'm feeling like his defense is weak enough where I don't need to think about things like that. Let's basic for the moment. I want him to use his AoE. This is one of the things you gotta be careful about with a slow Anakin. Alright, now we can do it. There we go. Sure. Yeah, we'll lose banners from the healing immunity, but it's fine. Let's check out this back wall. Okay. This is why I didn't want to go with like Sith counters, because I was expecting Great Mother. Alright, we got a Palpatine Star Killer. Alright, nothing too problematic. What do we have left up top? We could have JTR'd both of those teams. Alright. Let me think for a moment. There's a way to approach this. We can do... What did I do? What did I do that time? I did Darth Revan, Fallen, Trooper. That's what I did, right? We could do Malik, but I'd like to keep Malik for Melgus. But we're gonna lose Trooper. Let's take turn meter for this. We got the pre-taunt to take the Doom. Definitely hit Great Mother. Put fear on everybody. I'm not gonna do the AoE yet. Let's do it now. Okay, hit the shocks. There we go, we got yellow. Deathmark gone. You can see the consequences of this being a slow Morgan. Alright. There we go, hit the stagger. Let's AoE hit the other stagger. Blow up. Alright. Awesome. Perfect. With proper modding, he would have taken out Sith Empire Trooper. And that should leave me. Malgus works for this, right? I'm pretty sure I've had to deal with this multiple times this season. I'm pretty sure each time I've used Malgus, or maybe not each time, but at least a couple times. I have used gas, but let's check the modding. 302. That's not bad. 270 is a question of, well, I guess, do you have the right damage immunity? That'll be annoying. No, we can you know what? We're gonna do gas. It's just, this has been very iffy for me. Even though it's one of those things that, let's do that. Because I don't think I have another plus 15 to give them. I guess I could, no I do, because I think Han's on defense. Yeah, because I gave them a smuggler cron with evasion. Yeah, we can take this. Okay. I used to do Vader Talon up against this, but I don't know, maybe they changed the targeting. It just stopped working for me. It used to be a very safe one for me. Okay. All right. Counter damage immunity. We'll go. We're gonna get stunned if we do that. We'll just target Tusken. Okay, Tusken's gone. There we go. All right. Yeah, this is what happens when we go up against favorable modding. Even though he had good top end mods, and his modding, or his mods overall were pretty good. It's his modding though that wasn't great, and we're seeing that because you've seen, like last week, I've showed you what happens when we go up against good modding, and that kind of stuff doesn't work as well. Is Stab gonna mess up Jedi Knight Revan as a counter? I don't know. And those are not the slots I like you guys in. Why are my presets putting you into dumb spots? We're gonna go with this because I kind of just want to know. You know what? I could just look it up and not ruin things for myself. Oh, and you know what? And I'd like to do some stuff with Sana and Padawan Sabine. Maybe I need to think about where to do my testing. Like, how crazy am I feeling? Because I also want to test out I can Mod Mothma. Maybe that could be a place for General Syndulla. Like, they'll definitely take out Boba Fett and Dash. I'm not worried about those. I guess Zerg might be a good place to test one of them. What if we do Sana here? Because I don't want to do Sana up against Starkiller. Sana up against Grievous might be a little interesting. Only issue is I just don't feel like I'm giving her enough. We have not pushed this cron as far as I think it can go. Okay. All Alright, so they start off first. Yeah, let's dispel. Alright, now we've started off slow. Don't like how slow we started off with. I do not like how this is going. Maybe this is too much for them. Okay. Definitely we're gonna heal up Sana. Ooh, they know to go after Han. That's not good. Because we're gonna fall apart without Han. I'm gonna keep healing Sana, because if I was hoping, yeah, that didn't work out. Okay, so this is too much for Sana. Dispel debuffs on now. Okay, let's do it. We're just way too slow. We're not even doing anything. I should really check, though, what his participation is going to be like if we're going to continue testing like this. Alright, let's just get out of here. Alright, we got to stop goofing around. I just looked at his... is that not the right list? Oh, here. Yeah, okay. So his history, he's clearing well. Good banner totals. He has a lot for offense. I don't think he's going to have any issues with me. I can't be fooling around like this. We're going to just be boring and serious. We dropped 2 battles. One of them we didn't need to do. Alright. So Star Killer, what do we have left? We do have Sea Bane. I think up against here we're definitely going to do Bane. We don't need to mess around with this. JML would be a bad option. Let's go with higher relics. Maw? Because we don't have... No, Marauder. Alright, Dark Side. Do we have more turn meter? Perfect. Oh, I was on the wrong screen. Okay. I should increase cooldowns. Kind of did that wrong, but we're fine. Alright, Palpatine's gone. Awesome. Okay. Now, Grievous, we can just Jedi this. Although, God, I really want to do some testing. Guess we'll feed turn meter, put buffs up, so they take a turn. We will feed more turn meter. We'll take a free turn, go under stealth. guess we'll do a big hit. Awesome. Mark Grievous. Okay. Do I have more rants to make about comic books? I do have one more rant in me. Yeah, we do have one more comic book rant. But let me think. Alright, wait, I have, Mercs. Oh, we have Afra. We have so much stuff. We're gonna be boring, though. Alright, we're taking Cal's Kron, because we need that level 6. Yeah, let's get a stun. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. We'll do Afra here. And we do have a BT Kron. This works, right? Or am I forgetting things? And my modding's off. My 000 used to be faster so I could get that torture down. I must have sliced up one of their mods higher. Okay. Okay, so the other rant, comic books. If you look at like an action-oriented comic, you see one of the things I don't like and I don't really respect is J. Michael Straczynski. I don't like his writing. He did a lot of Spider-Man comics and he did, I think he did Justice League. Jeff Johns, another guy. He did a lot of Justice League and I didn't read that stuff. I felt that stuff was more action-oriented in a way that I was bored by. Okay. Okay, we should just be able to do, let's just GL this stuff. I'm just grabbing crons, I don't even care. Okay. Alright, we hit the shock. We will I should have brought in a different Sith character. Why did I bring in Assassin? Talon would have been better. One of these days I want to get Talon up to like Relic 7 or 8. I should have brought in somebody who would live longer than Assassin. I don't know what I was thinking. Or not thinking. Alright. I don't know why I'm using that ability when Malik doesn't even have protection. Alright, let's blow him up. Boom. Drain. We're done. Do I have anything for you guys? You know what? We're going to do one more thing. This squad is I'm not really concerned about. Let's do Spectre. Right? That's what I want to do. I don't even know what abilities I should have on the Datacron. Whatever. Okay. Are we good on perfect defense? You need defense up. I should have just attacked. Zam. Okay, stats gone. Awesome. Really hoping that Sonicron was going to be better. But if he can't even handle Zerg. I mean, 5v5, it'll be probably better because we'll actually have a tank for it. I probably need to look at the modding. Alright. Standard counters. We'll take a thing or two off of the reinforcements for Banner's sake. We'll need my defense to do a little bit of help. I think this match is going to come down to Banners. So should have looked at that first. Basic. I didn't want to trigger turn meter. Tenacity up, we're still using basic. Alright, Scimitar coming out. Now we will AoE. Drop the bombs. Do you not have punishing one? What is going on? Okay. Alright, we are bringing out the Mark 6. We are not going to use the... Okay, good. Razor Crest gone. Its next reinforcement is messed up. Sabotaged. Okay. You know what? And here's another thing. When I was younger, I did read a lot of like Image comics when like Image was a new thing. And most of them were pretty dumb. Not anymore. Image is like amazing now. They became a writer's medium, but originally, like those early Image comics, like the Leafield stuff, like Youngblood, stuff I can't even remember the names of. They were so generic and bad. Like Supreme. Well, I mean, we're being a little, because I did love some. Like the Max, absolutely loved it. So, Savage Dragon was pretty good. There was some stuff, good stuff. Wildcats is okay. But it was definitely like an artist's medium when it started, like Image Comics. But as soon as like I got a little older, I got off Image Comics. I didn't return for a real long time. Oh, Astro City. I loved Astro City. Alright. This actually doesn't work super great. I think we're going to do Chimera. Is that what I like to do? Or does this get messed up now? I think we're fine. Alright. Hitting the Marauder. Maybe I should put the target lock over on what's his face? On the Y-Wing so we can dispel the taunt. Alright, we got a stun over on the Marauder. Dispels. Do we want to trigger it? You know what? Let's trigger it. We'll remove turn meter. Why is the TIE Fighter here? Like, it's in my preset, that's why it's here, but now that I'm thinking about it, really not contributing. I think the shuttle would be more beneficial. Alright, Marauder's gone. Perfect. Defender. Okay. So he's gonna have a pretty powerful offense. Okay. So going after the MG100 first. You know what? Let's. Maybe this is a bad idea. We're gonna dispel. You can just take it out right now. See, I think this is how I get myself into trouble. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just been disciplined and taken out the MG100. Because now the comeuppance is going to come out and cause me problems. We probably have already taken out the Falcon had we just been focused. Oh, that's disappointing. Come on, what do we got? Awesome. Awesome. Wobble. Okay, maybe we could play this a little cleaner, but it's fine. There's the alt. Awesome. We're good. 20? I mean, that's way more than what I was expecting. And actually, based on his history, that puts me in a pretty good spot. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to take a look and see what kind of defense he was facing, but he's dropping banners enough where I think we might have the wiggle room we need. A win would be really nice here, but we'll check it back in the morning. Round 1, 8 minutes left, but we can call it. This went exactly how I thought it would. From his history, it was pretty clear he was going to participate and that he was going to full clear, but not do so as efficiently as I was. And that is what we see here. He one-shot the front wall. In the back wall, though, some of my favorite teams that get holds showed up. We have SWGOH here taking 3 attempts and Trench Dooku taking 2 attempts. This is my favorite combo in 3v3. If not having Watt there, I just don't even think you should have Trench on defense. Or not having Dooku Watt, really, because you need the protection mod on Dooku to force the stealth to protect Trench. Otherwise, you can just target Trench, and then it just falls apart. Now, in this territory, 2 attempts on CLS and 2 attempts on the Krex clone squad. Fleet was all one shot, but we'll click on it. So this is a good start. I needed to go 2-1. Now we have a little bit of breathing room for these next 2 matchups. So we can close out this matchup. We have a new roster update video. We have a recent kit reveal as well. I've already got another roster update video lined up, coming out soon. Just going to put up a couple Grand Arena videos in the meantime to spread out those roster update vids. But prior to the start of Conquest, it'll be out. And Jocasta New is in process, along with a mods video that I cannot afford to put off any longer. So thank you for watching. Be excellent to each other, everybody. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.